There's hundreds of ways to lose weight, but there's only one proven method, being in a calorie deficit. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to be in a calorie deficit without tracking your calories. Hi, my name is Coach Patrick Liu, and since 2017, I've coached over 1,400 one-on-one weight loss clients, and on average, they lose 10 to 20 pounds their first 90 days. Now, the crazy part was, the first 3 years of my career, I made every single client track their calories. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and of course, some clients crushed it. They tracked their calories, they hit their numbers, the weight came off. But then I had others that were just as disciplined. They were meticulous with their calorie tracking. They weighed their food, they scanned every barcode, and still the scale wasn't moving. Week after week, month after month, it just didn't make sense. How could two people do the exact same thing, calorie track, but get completely different results? And that question frustrated me for years until I discovered what was really going on. And once I figured that out, it completely changed how I coach weight loss. And that's exactly what I'm gonna break down today: what a calorie deficit is, the weight loss mistakes, and how to be in a calorie deficit without actually tracking your calories. So, what is a calorie deficit? Now, you've probably heard a lot of trainers say, calories in, calories out, burn more calories, eat fewer calories, and you'll lose weight. Well, they're 100% correct. A calorie deficit is not a bunch of theory, it's backed by science. The US National Institute of Health states that a calorie deficit of 500 calories a day leads to an average weight loss rate of 1 pound per week. And that's because 1 pound of fat is precisely 3,500 calories. And if we were to lose 1 pound of fat every week, you take 3,500 calories, you divide it by 7 days, you have to be in a calorie deficit of 500 calories per day to lose 1 pound of fat that week. So we can burn more calories, we can eat fewer calories, or we can do both. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of numbers, but don't worry, I don't need you guys to memorize these numbers. I just want you to understand the concept, okay? Let's pretend we're burning 3,500 calories. If we were to eat only 2,500 calories, that means we're gonna be in a calorie deficit of 500 calories, and you will lose 1 pound that week. Second scenario, hypothetically, let's say you're eating 3,500 calories and you're also burning 3,500 calories, then you're gonna be in calorie maintenance. In other words, you're gonna be in a plateau. Now, let's pretend that you're burning 2,500 calories, but you're eating 3,000 calories. You're gonna be gaining weight, and that's called a calorie surplus. Now here's the problem, and I hear this all the time. Coach Patrick, I track my calories, I'm only eating 1,500 calories, but I'm not losing weight. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And that's exactly what happened to my client, Jackie. See, Jackie, she was in her 40s, she had 4 kids, she had a 13-year-old, 11, 7, and a 2-year-old, and after 4 pregnancies, her body just wasn't the same anymore. She came to me and she said, Coach Patrick, I'm done having kids. Can you show me how I can start losing weight? Now, she was a Taekwondo family. Her family lived and breathed Taekwondo, and Jackie thought, well, if I just go to Taekwondo with my kids, maybe 3 times a week, right? And I track my calories and I keep it at 1,500, surely the weight will come off, right? Well, week after week, the scale didn't budge. And that's why it's so important to identify what is actually your weight loss roadblock. For Jackie, the problem wasn't the calories she was eating. The problem was something entirely different. And until she discovered what was her real roadblock, then everything started to change. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out the video about the 3 biggest roadblocks for weight loss, go check out this video right here. And I break down exactly what those weight loss roadblocks are. And chances are one of those roadblocks is probably holding you back from seeing weight loss results. Now, back to Jackie. So Jackie thought that she was in a calorie deficit, but she wasn't losing weight. So guess what? She was actually not in a calorie deficit, and there's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, we're not burning enough calories, either because we're not tracking our activity properly or we're overestimating how many calories we're actually burning. And number 2, we're eating too many calories, either because we're not tracking our food or we're underestimating how much food we're really eating. For Jackie, the issue was she wasn't burning enough calories. Because she works as an accountant, which means she sits all day long, sitting, equivalent to sleeping, you burn about 50 calories an hour. If you were to compare that to a workout would burn 300 calories an hour. Let's crunch some simple numbers here. So she's sitting all day long, so 50 calories an hour. You multiply that by 24 hours in a day, she was only burning 1,200 calories total. So even though she went to Taekwondo and she burned an extra 300 calories, she was only burning a total of 1,500 calories that day. So even though she was tracking her calories and only eating 1,500 calories, she was just breaking even. The same amount of calories that she was burning was the same amount of calories that she was eating. No calorie deficit, no weight loss. And here's where a lot of people get misled. A lot of calorie calculators online, they recommend eating 1,500 calories to lose weight. It's a nice guideline, but it's not personalized. It doesn't know how much you're actually moving. The real litmus test isn't a calorie calculator, it's the scale. If you're not losing 1 pound of fat that week on average, that means you're not in a true calorie deficit. For Jackie, she needed to just simply burn more calories. So here's what I told Jackie to do. I said, let's start tracking your steps. I want you to get your daily steps up to 10,000. And if you do that, on average, you'll burn an extra 400 to 500 calories that day. And right there, that would immediately put you into that calorie deficit. Remember, we need to be in a calorie deficit of 500 calories every single day to lose 1 pound that week. So hitting 10,000 steps every day, you'll burn an extra 500 calories. Adding strength training into your routine, you'll burn another 300 calories. If you get a workout in and you got 10,000 steps, which is what I recommend, you will, without a doubt, burn more than 500 extra calories that day. Now, of course, it depends on your body type. For some people, you might need to get closer to 12,000 steps, but the principle is the same. Movement plus strength training makes it almost impossible not to be in a calorie deficit. So as long as you're eating the right amount of calories, you will be in a calorie deficit. Which leads me to the second reason why people are not losing weight. Really quick before we get back to the video, if you need help with one of these 3 things, number 1, you're looking for a workout plan, nutrition plan specifically to help you lose weight. Number 2, you're going through menopause and you're stuck in a plateau. Or number 3, you're looking to work with a coach to keep you accountable with your fitness and nutrition, then click the link below, watch that video, schedule a free call with either me or my coaches. We'd love to help you out. Now back to the video. And the second reason is miss tracking your calories. Honestly, it's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of calorie tracking anymore, because people who are brand new to weight loss, they always get it wrong, right? Let's say you're eating a salad. You log it into MyFitnessPal. Maybe there's 50 different salad options in the library and you're like, well, I don't know which one to pick. So you just pick a random one. So let's say you log in that salad as 100 calories and you walk away thinking, perfect, I just ate a low calorie salad. Now, ever since I stopped having my clients track their calories and instead send me their food pictures, I can see exactly why they're not losing weight. Because that 100 calorie salad that they logged, in reality, it's closer to 1,000 calories. Let's break it down. Let's pretend that that salad had avocado. It's a healthy fat. They had some nuts and seeds in there. That's a healthy fat. Olive oil, fat. Cheese, fat. Egg yolk, fat. Now here's the problem. Fat is the most calorie dense. 1 gram of carbs, only 4 calories. 1 gram of protein, again, 4 calories. 1 gram of fat, 9 calories. Just to put this into perspective, 2 thumbs of olive oil, if you had that in your salad, it's nearly 300 calories. And when you pile on avocado, nuts, cheese, yolk into your salad, it's not a light meal anymore. It's 1,000 calorie salad. I don't care how healthy that salad is, you're not gonna be losing weight eating 1,000 calorie salad. And the reason for it is because to burn off 1,000 calories, you have to work out for 3 hours straight. Let me ask you a simple question. What's easier? Grinding away at the gym for 3 hours, or actually tracking your food properly and keeping your fat to just a thumb size and getting the portions right? 100% of the time, the clients who win are those that master their portions. And that's exactly what I teach. How to measure your food using what I call the hand method instead of obsessing over calories. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a time and place to track calories. If you're a bodybuilder, professional powerlifter, pro athlete, then yes, calorie tracking is a must. But if you're a busy woman in your 40s, like most of my clients, and all you want to do is lose 20 pounds to just feel a little bit more confident, then the hand method is exactly what you need. It's simple, it's sustainable, it fits your lifestyle. Think about it this way. When was the last time you went to a restaurant? Did you pull out your food scale? Did you pull out at the table and weigh every single ingredient? Of course not, right? So here's what will be way better, the hand method. You want a fist of veggies, palm of protein, hand scoop of carbs, and just a thumb size of fat for your plate. So on your plate, the biggest thing on your plate is gonna be a fist of veggies. About 50 calories, about a cup size. So for example, it could be broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, kale, cucumber, zucchinis. All of these things are low calorie, high volume, and rich in nutrients. Second biggest thing on your plate is gonna be a palm size of protein, thickness of your palm, about 3 to 4 ounces, roughly about 100 calories. Things like chicken breast, fish, lean beef, tofu. And the cool part about protein is it keeps you full longer, it helps you build, tone, lean muscle, and it's the foundation for fat loss. Now, the smallest thing on your plate is gonna be just a hand scoop of carbs, about half a cup or 100 calories. Things like bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. A lot of people mistaken this as a vegetable. Fruits is actually a carb, so keep it to a hand scoop size. And lastly, you have a thumb of fat. Now this is optional, right? About 100 calories. These are your avocados, your olive oil, your nuts, your nut butter. Healthy fat are important, but they're really calorie dense. So the key is keeping the portions to only a thumb size. And that's the foundation to building a well-balanced meal. Again, fist of veggies, palm of protein, hand scoop of carbs, and only a thumb of fat. Roughly, that meal or that plate is about 350 calories. You eat 3 of these meals during the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus 2 healthy snacks. That's roughly about 1,200 calories without ever touching a food scale or ever counting your calories or logging your food on MyFitnessPal. Now, of course, these are only rough numbers. If you're taller, if you're larger frame, if you have bigger hands, your portions will naturally be bigger. That's the beauty of it. The hand method automatically adjusts to your body. The bigger your hand equals bigger portions. Smaller hand equals smaller portions. Now here's the ultimate litmus test to know if you're in a calorie deficit. Weigh yourself every morning, take the average for the week, and we should be down on average 1 pound a week. Only weigh yourself first thing in the morning, after you empty your bladder, before you eat or drink anything. If you've lost 1 pound that week, congratulations, you are in a calorie deficit. Stick with it, and it's only a matter of time until you reach your weight loss goal. Now, if you haven't lost 1 pound that week, well, that's feedback. It's not failure, it's feedback. It means one of two things. Either we're not tracking our food properly and it's time to start using the hand method more consistently, or we gotta ramp up our activity. Maybe it means getting our steps closer to 10,000. Maybe it's adding an extra workout in until the results line up to that 1 pound a week benchmark. Now, remember, the hand method is simply a tool. It teaches us how much to eat. But to build a real sustainable weight loss meal plan, we also have to know what to eat. We also have to know how much to eat. We also have to get variety and even enjoying a cheat meal once in a while still enjoying a calorie deficit. So if you want to learn how to build the best weight loss meal plan for weight loss, I'm going to give you my step-by-step guide right here in the next video.